Yes team, welcome back to the final video of 2020. What a year this has been for everybody. I hope you all, for those of you who celebrate it, had a really good Christmas, and I wish you all an amazing new year, and hopefully 2021 will bring on some just better overall vibes. Now for this final kind of like video of the year, I didn't want to just like not post. I wanted to just do like a real chill, just sit down type of video, Q&A type thing, just to finish off the year, and then yeah, take a little 2-week break and then start 2021 fresh and ready to go to smash things. So I did post up on my Instagram to ask questions and stuff. So again, if you're not following my Instagram, make sure that you do so you can ask your questions. But I posted it with the Q&A, just gonna like scroll through and just kind of see what that is. So sit back, get cozy, and let's get straight into it, eh? Do you think your style will change in 2021? Overall, no, not really. I think this year especially, I've really kind of started to like refine my style and get it to a point that even myself, I start to understand it more. What I mean by that is with clothing and with fashion, I see you, and just like all of you, you see so much. There's so many different styles, there's so many different garments, shapes, cuts, colors, patterns, etc., that you can like so many different things. And with me especially, I noticed that I like so many different things. I like so many people's different styles and aesthetics that it has in the past, and still does, can cause kind of some confusion with my own aesthetic and my own personal style. And what I've learned a lot more this year is really distinguishing the difference between something that I really like on somebody else and think that's a sick ass piece, and then something that I know I would wear myself. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? What I'm saying? So overall, to answer that question, do you think your style will change in 2021? Overall, as far as my base aesthetic / style, no, I don't. But again, it'll just get refined. And yeah, most affordable brands, the ones that I recommend are the ones that I've said like countless times on like my channel is, and again, affordable is a very like subjective word, but Uniqlo, COS, Arket, Weekday, you can find some stuff on ASOS, especially with like the ASOS design stuff. But mainly the ones that I really go back to would be Uniqlo, Arket, and COS. Even though COS and Arket are definitely on the higher price point of, let's say, a high street store, I do typically recommend going for those a bit more because you get that quality in them, opposed to if you go for, let's say, ASOS design. Sometimes you can get some great pieces, like you guys saw of the recent coat that I picked up from the women's section, but then there's a lot of other times with ASOS design where the quality is just really poor, and even though you might get that garment for like 20 or 30 pounds, it's just not going to last. So you can be better off, again, if you want like a base, like with affordable brands, like I really rate, let's say, Arket especially for your wardrobe essentials. So if you're going to get a turtleneck is kind of like a timeless piece in your wardrobe. So I always recommend, instead of going the cheaper route of, let's say, even Uniqlo, because I don't personally rate Uniqlo's turtlenecks, something like an Arket turtleneck, yes, it might cost you 50 or 60 pounds, but now that should be the only time that you need to buy a turtleneck for like plenty of years. Potentially, you might never need to buy one again, depending on the wear that you do put it through. But yeah, there's in this Q&A today, I'm gonna just let the rambling just go. We're just gonna go with it and see what happens. Do you have a team behind your content? Overall, the answer to that is no, I don't have a team. However, there are times where I might go out and shoot content with Paul, who will help take my photos and stuff, but overall it is just me. A team would be great though. A team would be very helpful. I'm insanely jealous of Anthony because of his, like, he's got an awesome team and awesome space, so he's going to be posting out some sick ass content. So keep an eye out on Anthony's YouTube channel. Plans for the next year as well as the next 5 years. I definitely don't think 5 years ahead of time. I think 2020 has definitely been not like a wake up call, but there's only so much you can plan for. There's really only so much you can plan for. So to me, 5 years, so much can change in 5 years time. So that's out of the questions. Plans for next year is really just the same thing. Producing content, trying to just get better and better each time and provide you lot value. And then on top of that, working on my own clothing brand and just even then with myself, like just trying to just better myself. That's it. That's my goal next year. That's my goal each day. So that's kind of the way I look at things. 2021 goals. So again, kind of like what I said. I mean, my goals for 2021 is definitely to release my own clothing brand. Like that's definitely like one of my big work related goals. And then I'd say for like my own personal, let's say, development is just, I really want to read more books. For me, it's so hard to just sit down and read a book. So now I've kind of set like a little goal where my goal is to roughly read a chapter a night, which to some people is super easy. For someone like me to sit down and kind of switch my brain off, it's quite hard. So that's my kind of other goal as well. Life lessons learned this year. One is, I guess, don't take anything for granted. I have to like come up with these off the top of my head. But yeah, like don't take anything for granted is kind of like what I learned. And then I also learned that like you can adapt. Well, me personally, I'll make it to me, like I can adapt. Like this year I've been forced to create all my content pretty much indoors in like a room. And I feel some of it's been some of my best content like ever. So yeah, learning to adapt and that, like, I don't know. Does that make sense? That's probably the two things. Don't take anything for granted, things can change. And I've learned that I'm able to adapt and that my limitations are just what kind of in my head. Yep. What's your biggest motivation in life? Is it unusual? I don't know if it's unusual or not. I guess my biggest like motivation in life is when I like get to an old age, I want to be able to look back and not have any regrets of not doing something out of like fear or judgment of others. And my other motivation is I want to get to like the best version possible of myself. Obviously that's going to be just an ongoing, like you can always just better yourself, but yeah. I don't know. I just want to like better myself. I want to know that whenever my time comes, that you know I did the best I could to better myself each and every day. So that's like a real big motivationer for me. Do you miss how polite and friendly people are in New Zealand? Yeah, I definitely do. Especially being in London. There's like London, well, not so much as late, but London, it's like when you get on the tube and in this go, everyone's just, you're in it for yourself. And you kind of have to be in a sense, let's say when you're walking and everything like that, otherwise you're just gonna get like pushed around and stuff. But I definitely do miss like, yeah, back home, just like the politeness and just the friendly smiles that you see a lot more, where here, like nobody will kind of like look up at you. And if someone like smiles at you, it's kind of like, what is going on? Like, what's wrong with this person? But yeah, back home, yeah. I'm kind of gutted I didn't get to, no, I'm not kind of gutted. I'm extremely gutted I didn't get to go home this year. But yeah. What was the attire that you wore most this year? Either joggers, like my grey cold Buxton joggers, or literally my, you guys know, the en plissé trousers, hands down. Just this year's attire was definitely more on the cozy, casual, comfortable side of things. Did your style elevate this year? Personally, I would say yes, because like I said before, I think I've refined it a lot more and I'm starting to really understand what my personal style is. So I would say it has elevated, but again, some of you also might say it took a huge dip. But for me personally, yes. How are you finding the Fujifilm camera? Really good. I'm really glad I purchased it. There's like no regret in that at all. I purchased it secondhand as well, by the way. And that's why I recommend for a lot of you, if you're getting into photography or, you know, videography and stuff, don't be afraid to get secondhand cameras. Just make sure obviously it's all in good working condition and all that. But no, I absolutely love it. The only thing I'm gutted about is obviously I haven't been able to just go outside and use it as much as I'd want to because of lockdown, because of COVID. But yeah, overall, really, really do like it. And I recommend it as well. It's a Fuji X100F, I think. What do you wear when you go to the gym? For me personally, I really don't care what I look like when I go to the gym. I used to. Not like in an insane care, but I did want to wear like, you know, like I really liked wearing Nike and things like that, and just, you know, still looking good and having clothing that would kind of just like complement your physique. Where now I just really don't care. Like I go in and like joggers or like my Adidas joggers and a hoodie, and it's just baggy and I don't care. I just want to get in, do my workout and get out. Like yeah, that's just what I personally wear. How do you stay motivated all the time? I get this question so much, and it's a question I think so many people ask people who they think are being very productive all the time. And I'm definitely not motivated all the time. Yes, I do stuff all the time and I'm putting what I believe in is work all the time, but I am not motivated all the time. I've been able to build up a mindset that allows me to think past my current kind of like feeling in time. So there's plenty of times that I don't overly feel like filming, or don't overly feel like editing, or whatever. Don't even feel like going to the gym. That's the biggest one. I never really feel like working out these days. So I'm not motivated to do it. However, I guess I am motivated for the end result, and that's what I try to tell myself. So yeah, like just know that it's completely normal not to be motivated to do something, but that's in that moment when you have to think, why are you doing this and what benefit will it bring you? And hopefully going through that kind of like process will then, I guess in turn, motivate you. But no, there's plenty of times that I drag myself through, whether it be work or a gym workout or something like that, and I'll just like just dragging my legs through it. Was it hard sticking to a routine during self-isolation? For me personally, no. Towards the end, maybe a little bit, because it was getting very tedious and just mundane. It was just bloody like Groundhog Day every single day. But I've again been lucky enough I'm a very routine person. I actually like a routine. So was it hard sticking to a routine during self-isolation? Yeah, for me it wasn't. It just, what it was and what was very important for me to do was to set a routine. So, okay, today, you know, you're still gonna wake up at X. You're gonna go to the workout and you're gonna go to a workout. You're gonna go to the gym and do X, or home workout, you're gonna do X. Like, you know, you're gonna produce X amount of content. This is just for me, but that was very important for me to do to allow me to stay just on track with everything. I don't know if if I'm answering these too great, but I'm just reading them for the first time, and then just whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth to you lot. I had like a coffee before this as well, which I wouldn't like. It is kind of smart because it kind of wakes me up a little bit more, but then it also gives me kind of like jitters before. Like I can hear it sometimes when I talk. I'm like, Best crop trousers below 100. I would say when you're looking for crop trousers, COS is really good at doing like ones for around like 60 pounds. So I don't even know where else really does. I personally, even though a lot of people think I do, and maybe I do, but I don't really buy crop trousers anymore. If they ever look cropped, it might just be because I've like pulled them up my waist a bit. But yeah, I don't really buy crop trousers anymore. I still wear them, but I don't buy them. So I would say COS. Thoughts on the North Face X Gucci collab? I like some of the pieces, but I also thought a lot of the branding / the logo was very bold, which kind of pushed me away from it. I like more kind of subtle branding. So there was a few puffers that I liked because it looked like the branding was quite low key. I thought the tents or whatever were really cool. I assume they're selling the tents and stuff. I thought that was like a really cool, just like cool piece. And yeah, but yeah, I haven't like overly looked at it. I mean, I really like the Gucci style when they do kind of like put an emphasis in that kind of like 70s era. But yeah, like the boots and stuff, for example, I just thought the North Face Gucci was just like a bit too bold and stuff, but that's just me personally. And would I cop anything from it? No, because it's going to be way too expensive. Tips on women's section shopping. Appreciate that you break pointless gender rules. Cool. Tips on... So I would say it's all about just trying things on, and also trying things on that are a little bit bigger. So that's literally all I do. I don't have any secrets. So when I order, let's say, a coat online, I will see how tall the female model is at first, and then I'll also see what the biggest sizes they have. Typically, let's say with a coat, I'll always go for the biggest size, and if I'm in like not 100% too sure, then I would probably try order like the biggest size and then the second biggest size, so I can get an idea. When it comes to trousers, I still don't know that one really. It would be like just try them on in store. So if you can't get to a store due to lockdown and stuff, then just order a few sizes, as long as they do offer a free return. That would be like my advice. How to find your creative vibe, your mood, and the way you edit, etc. For me to get into like a creative state, it's all about music to me. I have to be playing like very just like mellow type music that gives me like feelings and things like that. So it's never like rap or anything like that. It's typically more like instrumental, and just again music that can just create, like I said, a mood in me, that then I will try, I guess, portray in, whether it be a photo or something like that, which who knows if it does get portrayed as that, but at least when I'm editing it, I know the mood that I was in. So yeah, for me, it's music. It's all about music and just relaxing into the kind of like the flow of things. Do you mess with Fantastic Beasts movies? So when it first came out and I watched it, I didn't like it. Like I just really didn't like it. And I was very excited for it because I mean, like anything Harry Potter related, I'm like, oh, like I love Harry Potter. But then when the second one was coming out, I was like, okay, cool. I'll go back and I'll rewatch the first one. And then I really did like it. Like I do like it, which is kind of interesting. And I liked the second one as well. So yes, I do. How should you react if someone makes fun of your outfit? Honestly, I guess with empathy, because if someone's like laughing or making fun of you, that's just they're just showcasing their own, I guess, insecurity and things like that. Like they're just that's the way I choose to look at it. Because like, why does someone just need to go out of their way to make fun of it? Like, again, overall, our comment section on this channel is like really good and really positive, but you still get people who will just like say like the silliest things and think they need to express their negativeness due to whatever negativeness is going on internally in that person. So empathy is a good way to approach it. However, I do also understand that is easier said than done. It's way easier said than done, because even sometimes with me, if I'm not fully on point, someone's comment could kind of just like piss me off as well, because it could just be like why do you have to just express your stupid opinion that no one asked for and it be negative because of your own, you know? So I understand how it's easier said than done. Another way like you can look at it is like, do you like that person's style? If you look at their aesthetic and you're like, hey, that their aesthetic and their style doesn't in line with what I personally like, then that's another way to look at it, is like, you shouldn't be affected by somebody who clearly isn't in your style lane either, because you two people have different tastes. And I mean, the next one is then confidence as well, just knowing like you like it as well. But like I said, I'm aware that these answers are generic and also way easier said than done. But those little steps I'd give to help. So there we have it, team. That is the end of year Q&A, a nice chill little sit down with each other. I would like to say a massive, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you who do support the channel and just mess with the content each week. I really do appreciate it. The channel has grown great. We have an amazing audience. We have a positive audience, and I think we have also one of the best kind of mindsets and outlooks on YouTube when it comes to fashion and stuff. So honestly, you guys are awesome. I wish you all an amazing 2021 full of positive vibes and just obviously dressing well and getting stuff done. I will probably now take about 2 weeks off YouTube just to kind of relax a little bit, let the brain relax a little bit so I can come back strong for 2021. However, I will still be posting on Instagram and also on TikTok if you want to keep up with those things as well. But yeah, team, you lot are awesome. So much love to all of you. Have a great New Year's. Keep dressing well and getting stuff done. Peace.